Hello friends, welcome back to the shop. Today is Sunday, April 2nd, and the sun is shining, which is a nice change of pace. But we've had unbelievable amounts of rain. Rain like we haven't seen in quite a while, and it was good. It was needed, I suppose. I don't actually know that it was needed, but we've had drought conditions in the past, and yeah, it's always good to get a little bit of rain this time of year. Gets the lawn soaked and makes the flowers happy. So, but yeah, that's about all the weather news that I'm going to give you today. So I hope that was enough for all you weather fans. So I'm smoking my my Neurup pipe, and I am smoking Amphora Original Blend. And I'll tell you, first off I want to thank, I believe it was Paul the Scandinavian who suggested I try this. I like this. I really like this a lot. To give you an idea of how much I like it, I've been wanting to do an impressions video on it since the first pouch that I bought, which was quite a while back. I think it might have been in January. This is my fourth pouch, and every time I have time to do the impressions video, the pouch is empty. So hopefully I'll get to that sometime before I finish this pouch. But it is just a really nice change of pace blend. So if you haven't tried it yet, it's worth a look, at least, see if it sounds like something you'd like. And sometime in the coming weeks I'll try to do an impressions video on it to give you an idea of my thoughts, at least. But thanks, Paul. I really have been enjoying it. So news, lots of stuff going on. First off, and perhaps most interestingly, if you haven't seen it, Matches 860, John is doing a contest, and it's a really well-designed contest, which is exactly what you'd expect from John. He's got different categories, and it's just, I think it was really thoughtful and kind the way he did it. And I'm not going to go into detail because I will mess it up and I don't want to create confusion. But I'll link to John's contest both above and below. And the reason I'm bringing it up is that John was kind enough to reach out to me and involve me in the contest. So basically there's 4 categories, and 4 people are going to win 2 pipes each, I think. And then there's going to be a grand prize winner, and that person's pipes will be sent to me, and I'll do a restoration on them. And from what John said, they're all in great shape, so it's not like they need a lot of work, but that'll just be something a little extra. So I'm really happy to be able to do that, I think it's you have to go see John's video. It's a really great video, great contest idea. His categories, I think, are unique and thoughtful, and I really think that this is going to be a lot of fun. So looking forward to doing that. Please go check out John, Matches 860. If you haven't seen him, you've been living under a rock or something, but yeah, the links will be in the usual places. So I hope you'll take a look at that and consider entering. It's one of the easiest contests you'll ever enter. In other news, shop news mostly, so if you're following my restoration videos, you see that I finished the what I'm calling the snowblower pipe last week, and I'm happy with the way that one turned out, and the feedback that I've gotten has all been very good. So that was a nice challenge, and it's good to have things like that once in a while. And I'm glad that Jeremy's happy with the final product. It seemed to suit him. So on the topic of doing restorations doing restoration videos on other people's pipes, I wanted to mention that I get a lot of requests for restorations because it's what I do. And I'm happy to get them, and I'm happy to restore the pipes. I've been getting quite a few people recently that have been saying, hey, I've got a great pipe to make a video with, and I appreciate that, and I want you to continue to get in touch, but I want everybody to understand that the videos really take a lot of time. So right now I think I've got 3 projects planned, 3 pipes that are going to be restored in the coming months, and those will produce the videos for the coming months. When you see, like, the snowblower pipe, for instance, that wasn't finished before I posted the first video or anything. You pretty much were seeing that in real time, maybe with about I don't know, a 3-4 day lag, because I need time to edit the video and render it and everything. So to give you an idea, that took, essentially 3 weeks. If I were to just do that as a job without making the video, I could have probably done it in 2 to 3 days, and that was a lot of work. So most restorations don't take 3 weeks to do, but the videoing actually takes a lot of time, because I got to bring everything to the camera and do it right there. I'm explaining it, I'm doing multiple takes, I'm often screwing up, so I got to fix that. And then there's all the editing and rendering. So the reason I'm bringing this up is that while I really appreciate people asking if I would do a video on the pipe or asking me to restore the pipe, I can't do a video on every pipe that somebody wants me to do a video on, because there's just not enough time. Even if there was enough time, to be honest, I've done a lot of sort of basic restoration videos now, so I'm looking for things that are interesting. Pipes that have a really interesting history, or that are in some way unique, or pipes that have a problem that's unique. For example, being dropped through a snowblower, or maybe a cracked shank or something is something I haven't really done a lot on before. So I will do these, but I need to be selective about what I'm doing, because I want to produce videos that are of interest to people that have seen the previous ones, and also I need to have the time to do it properly. So by all means, get in touch with me, ask me. I really appreciate you doing that, but understand if I have to say, no, I can't do a video on that one. There's reasons for that, and it's not that I'm picking and choosing arbitrarily. I really do have to be careful about that. Case in point, the video that you'll see next Wednesday is a pipe that really doesn't need that much work. It's a pretty simple restoration, but it's got a very, very interesting history, and I thought it was worth showing it just because of the history behind it. Now, to offset that a bit, because it's going to be, I believe it's going to be a 3-part video, and I didn't want to just make another pipe cleaning video. So to offset that a bit, it turns out this pipe does need a stem, and I'm going to be making the stem. I'm going to be videoing that process in full. Not every minute of it, because it would get very, very boring, but at least as much as I can, so that you'll see, I'll do all the lathe work. That seems to be popular for some reason. But I'll also do the file work and the sanding and all of that in some capacity, so you'll get to see the actual shaping of the stem. And because I've got blanks here that I want to talk about, but you've seen me get to this point, and then I say, okay, now I'm going to go and sand and whatnot, and then I come back with a stem. So I'll show you what I do that you haven't seen before, and that's a lot of handwork. It's a lot of filing, and I've got a few special is a bit of an exaggeration. I've got a few tools that I use that I've made to make that a little bit easier, and I'll show those to you, and just give you an idea of the overall process. So that's what this next pipe restoration video is going to be about. So I hope you'll tune in for that. It'll start on Wednesday. And stems have been surprised by how many people want stems, and I'm pleasantly surprised. But I thought when I first started doing this that the bulk of the work would be people buying estate pipes that they wanted cleaned up. I really didn't think there'd be that much repair work. and I really didn't think there'd be this much of a request for replacement stems. But I'm getting a lot of replacement stem requests, and you know, sometimes people just don't like the stem on their pipe. It's not that they need one, that they've broken it or something, they just don't like it. And I'll show you an example, and this is one that was really a lot of fun. I did a stem for a customer. I don't have it, and I don't have anything to show you, but I will put a picture in at this point. And this was a really interesting project for me because the stem was quite tiny. I wish I took some pictures with a ruler or something to show you, but it was a very small stem. It was very intricate. Really challenged me, and I like being challenged. So that was a fun project. I'm currently working on a bunch of stems, really. This blank right here is one that I'm pretty excited about. This is a, let me see if I can get that to focus better for you. This is a blank of, there we go, you can see some of the grain in it now. This is green Cumberland, and when this is all polished up, it's going to be really, really beautiful. Nice dark green with black marbling. And this is a stem blank that I made for a customer that had a Savinelli pipe with it. The stem was just a bit wonky on it. You know, the factory stem just wasn't made right. And, you know, he could have gone back to the factory and gotten a stem and it would have been fine, but he wanted something a little different, and he chose this. We were going to go with acrylic originally, but it turns out you can't get acrylic rods in a large enough size to mate up with some of the larger pipes, so we had to go with the Cumberland. And I think it's a better material. I prefer Vulcanite or Cumberland to acrylic myself. Anyway, this is going to be fun. Pretty standard stem making from here on out, but the blank is something unique. I've also been making a lot of these guys, and these are very early in the process, as you can see. This is also green. This is a green acrylic with a white swirl in it, and the color is called Pine. And this is a set of replacement stems for some Missouri Meerschaum cobs that the customer wanted. So we get to do those in a batch style. And one that I'm also working on is this guy here, and this is really exciting for me. This is actually a piece of Bakelite, and I've never worked with this before. This is the first time I machined it. And it comes in a rod. This is untouched up here. So this is what the rod looks like. It's got this nice deep ruby red color. Unfortunately, that's only surface deep. So below that is this yet more recognizable yellow Bakelite color. I think what happens is over time this oxidizes and turns red, but I don't know that for certain. It certainly darkens over time, and from what I've heard, Bakelite makes a very comfortable stem, and it certainly is a traditional and historically correct stem for some replacements. And this one is actually going to go on a silver capped Demuth WDC pipe that it will fit it quite well. It in terms of the period and the style of the pipe, Bakelite or horn or something like that was really the right choice. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun making these things, learning a lot. You know, it's challenging both in terms of the machining work, but also then learning to work with new materials and everything. But also then the handwork, the carving, the sanding. It's really sort of a form of mini sculpture, and it challenges me every time I do it. So I've really enjoyed getting to make a lot more stems than I thought I was going to, and hopefully this coming video series I'll be able to share some of that with you, and you'll, if nothing else, have a better idea of what the process looks like. So with that, I think I don't really have a lot else to talk about, so I'm probably going to just draw this video to a close. Please go check out Matches 860 contest. I think you'll be glad you did, and it's an easy one to enter, so I encourage everyone to take a look. And beyond that, I hope you all have a great week ahead. And until, very important, I will not be doing one of these videos next weekend. I've got other stuff going on. I may be out of town for a day, so don't expect to see me next weekend. But I'll be back the following week, and you will see the Wednesday video as planned for both this coming week and the next Wednesday. So I'll just be skipping the weekend chat next week. So until the next time, which will be 2 weeks from now, I will look forward to talking to you all again very soon. Goodbye now.